Hi sir, this is my presentations, but before that, I would like to introduce myself that I am Maribeth Amalan Padon from BSBA 3rd year Marketing Management Block 2. So today I will discuss my presentation, which is all about international business and trade. So my discussion outline: find out the cultural differences between the Philippines, France, Indonesia, Japan, Canada. Also try to find out a few similarities. Number 2, find out the different political forms in China, Mexico, and in Australia. And then also write note on political risks associated with international business in these countries. The third is you are a marketing manager of a textile company that is looking to venture into international business. The country you want to target first in the UK. You want to start by exporting to the UK. What environmental factors would you keep in mind, and how would you analyze the business environment of the UK? So first, I will discuss the cultural differences and similarities between the Philippines, France, Indonesia, Japan, and Canada. So the cultural differences of the Philippines: the Filipino are family-oriented and often religious, with an appreciation for art, fashion, music, and food. Meaning, family-oriented ang mga Pilipino at hindi lang family-oriented kundi mga religiously sila makadiyos. Then, mahilig silang ma-appreciate nila yung mga art, fashion, music, and food. Mahilig sila sa mga music, sa mga pagkain. The Filipino, hindi lang daw Pilipino ay mahilig sa mga art, fashion, music, and food. Isa rin sila sa mga leisure very highly Filipino women that enjoy freedom and high status with the framework of the bilateral kinship. So, later I will discuss the bilateral kinship. So, the cultural differences of the France, which is the French culture, was historical shaped by the Celtic, Roman, and Germanic cultures as these influences evolved. The France is becoming a patchwork of local communities and costumes. Then the culture of Indonesia has been shaped by the long interactions between original indigenous costumes and multiple foreign influences. Then the culture of Canada naman is embodies the artistic. Masyado silang mga artistic, culinary, literary, humor, musical, political, and social elements that are representative by the Canadians. So, kanina may nasabi akong patrilinya is related to our relationship with the father. Kung ang bilateral naman daw ay considered to belong to the father's and mother's side of the family. So next, I will discuss is the different political forms and political rest ng bawat countries. Which is the political forms of China. Meron silang unitary state, which is a unitary state is the governed that single entity in which the central government is the supreme authority, which is the government central. Nagki-create sila ng administrative divisions such the unit exercise only the power that the central government choose to delegate. Then meron din silang socialist state, which is in theories and governs. It means the state under the control of the vanguard party. So, sa social state daw, control daw ng vanguard party, which is in-organize daw nila yung mga economic, and then social and political affairs ng political forms ng China. So, the next political forms of China is the communist state, or kilala sa Marxist-Leninist state, which is one party na nag-a-administered and governed by the Communist Party guided by the Marxism-Leninism. Then, meron pa silang one-party system, which is form of government where the country is ruled by the single political party. In the meaning, only one political party exists. Sa pag-form ng kanilang political parties is forbidden. So the next is the Mexico political forms, which is sa Mexico meron po silang Federal Republic, which is Federation of States with Republican form of government. Meron din silang political system po na defines that process for making official government decision. At hindi lang na Federal Republic or political system, meron din silang Constitutional Republic, which is Chief Executive and Representative are elected sa mga roles na siniset nila for written constitution ng political forms ng Mexico. Then the next, political forms ng Australia. So sa Australia, meron silang representative democracy, which is form ng democracy ay yung mga people na bumuboto for representative who then vote on policy initiatives as opposed to direct democracy, a form of democracy in which people vote on policy initiative directly. Then, meron din silang constitutional monarchy, which is constitutional monarchy, ito yung mga parliamentary monarchy at saka yung democratic monarchy na nagpo-form ng monarchy in which the monarch is exercise their authority in accordance with the constitutions is not alone in deciding. Meron din silang federal monarchy, which is the strict sense is a federations of the states with a single monarch as overall head of the federations. So the next, I will discuss the political risk of the China, which is merong political risk ng China na rapid growth, the dislocation of tens of millions of people na state-owned companies sila, and then meron silang shield workers, public anger over the land redistribution, widening wealth gaps and major industrial accidents, including toxic spills have fueled social instability. At ang iba pang political risk daw nila is regulations with the China. So, relationship between China and Australia have been sourced by the political opposition to China's efforts to buy key stakes in Australian communities, which is a resources firms nila. Then, Australia will have to find the appropriate balance between the being open to investment and trade demand from the China. What's the key factors which rescued the country from global recession, while ensuring that vetoes are not contrary to the national interest. Then, the next is the political risk in Mexico, which is political risk in Mexico is low. But Mexico's government indicators relative to the rest of Latin America and the Caribbean are mixed. Regulatory quality and government effectiveness are the only two categories where Mexico ranks above the regional average. The next is the political risk of Australia, which is the political risk of Australia is the climate change and environment. Parang sa Philippines, isa sa mga political risk natin is the climate change and environment. Hindi na political risk, kundi problema pa sa kapaligiran. Which is the Australia daw is the biggest per capita emitter daw ng climate change and environment, which is the climate change is among the most continuous political issues. So, ibig sabihin sa Australia is pinakamalaking political risk nila is the climate change and environment. Hindi lang daw dyan, ito may tinawag silang Rhodes popularity, which is as elections get closer, market will be in evaluating the chances of a change of government and whether the world result in major change. The economic policy, climate change policy, defense policy, and relations with China. Hindi lang din dyan, government intervention in the economy, political risk din ng Australia, which is, well, the crisis well helped by the government stimulus spending, but many Australians worry about the rising level of private and public debt and budget deficits. Isa rin sa mga political risk ng Australia is yung security, which is far less vocal backer of the global war on terror that his producers and pulled Australian troops out of the Iraq countries. So last is the start by exporting to the UK. What environmental factors will you keep in the mind and how will you analyze the business environment of the UK? So, pag may pala ka magplano na magpatay ng business sa UK, so, ano daw ang environmental factors will you keep at your mind and how will you analyze the business environment of the UK? For me, is the political environment factors, which is I use economic environment, technological environment, and then social and cultural environment factors. Because all of the international business environment is important to use and keep to our mind for analyze the countries where our business to build plan, so our business is too good and nothing to blame because that our plan is to analyze first before at all. So how would you analyze the business environment of the UK? The business environment of the UK is one of the safest and easiest places to do business in the world. Hindi lang safest and easiest places ang UK, isa rin siyang highest ranking countries which is in the World Bank is of Doing Business Index. And it is home to the world's business law, pro-innovation regulators din sila, then robust market infrastructures, and the gold standard in corporate governance standards. So my discussion is end. Thank you so much.